Season rolling right along for Minnesota. You're watching episode number 37 for the Twins. It's game number 116 as we begin a three-game series versus the defending World Series champion Kansas City Royals from Target Field in Minneapolis. Yordano Ventura on the hill for the Royals, Phil Hughes on the mound for Minnesota. As you look at some of the league leaders in stolen bases, you can see Lorenzo Cain and Gerard Dyson very high on the list. ERA leaders coming into this game, Yordano Ventura, a 2.61 ERA, is third in the American League. Kyle Gibson, down there for the Twins, is like seventh. And in wins, Yordano Ventura has 12, which puts him tied for third place. Lorenzo Cain now with a base hit into right field for the Royals. A run comes in to score. Royals lead it 1-0 halfway through the first inning. Phil Hughes on the mound now facing Christian Colon. Colon strikes out swinging. Still 1-0 in the top of the seventh. Game flying right along. Another strikeout for Phil Hughes. And the Royals lead at 1-0. Twins only 2 hits on the day. Ground ball to short. Misplayed there by Alcides Escobar. And he is not going to be able to throw John Ryan Murphy out at first. A run will come into score to tie the game. Bases loaded now, and Byron Buxton drives one to left field for a base hit. One run comes in to score. Throw to the plate on the second one from Alex Gordon in left will be good enough to tag out Eduardo Escobar. But at the end of 7, the Twins have done the damage, taking a 2-1 lead over Kansas City. Top of the 8th inning now. Stolen base. Now Perez turns on one. Driving that into the gap, Perez with a double will score the game-tying run. Joe Mauer now at the plate. Double steal for the Twins. Byron Buxton makes it to third. And Danny Santana trailing makes it to second. Brian Dozier, the pinch hitter, trying to end it here in the bottom of the 10th. He grounds out to short. A 6-4-3 double play gets the Royals out of the jam and keeps the ball game alive. Royals and Twins are tied at 2. Alcides Escobar now. The little blooper into left center field. Run's going to come around to score, and Kansas City's going to take the lead on what happened to be a blooper turned into a double for Alcides Escobar. And the Royals go on to win it 3-2 in 11 innings, improving to 56-60. The Twins fall to 56-60, and the Twins are in a tie with the Royals for second place in the American League Central Division. The first time in a while that they have not held that standing outright. Game number 117 between the Royals and the Twins. The winner of today will take sole possession of second place, in the American League Central. A look at some of the league leaders. Joe Mauer batting .319, 5th in the American League. Brian Dozier, 28 home runs, placing him 4th in the American League in home runs. Ricky Nolasco on the hill for Minnesota. 8-7 record with a 4.25 ERA. Mike Minor will take the hill for the Royals. He is 6-0 with a 3.68 ERA. Miguel Sano squares one up, driving it deep into right field. Solo home run for Sano, 23rd on the season for Minnesota's slugging right fielder / designated hitter. And at the end of 2, the Twins lead at 1-0. Ricky Nolasco on the hill facing Lorenzo Cain. Ground ball to second. Dozier on to first for the out. Dozier would come up sore after that throw, and we'll have to check in as he is replaced at second base. Salvador Perez strikes out looking. In the middle of 4 innings, Twins lead at 1-0. Nolasco on the hill. Base hit up the middle. Runner rounding third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is cut off. The run comes in to score. Escobar with the RBI for the Royals. Through 5.5, the Royals and the Twins are all tied up at 1. The bottom of the 9th inning now. Byung-Ho Park drives one into the gap. Runner rounding third and heading for the plate, and the Twins are going to walk this one off. A 2-1 victory in the bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Santana comes in to score for the Twins. Byung-Ho Park with the game-winning walk-off RBI into the gap. And the Twins win it 2-1. Final score improving to 57-60 and retaking sole second place in the American League Central. 8.5 games behind the Detroit Tigers. Twins are 6-4 in their last 10, as are the Tigers and the Royals in the Central. In the wild card race, the Twins are 57-60, 5.5 games behind the Angels. The Mariners are a half a game back. The Yankees are 2 games back of that final wild card spot. And we will check in on the American League wild card race here. The Yankees facing the Rays. The Yankees 2 games behind the Angels, and the Rays 5.5 games behind the Angels for that final wild card position. We're in the Bronx for this one. The Rays and the Yankees. Michael Pineda on the hill for New York. And Chris Archer takes the mound for the Rays. He is 6-9 with a 3.84 ERA. 3-2 Tampa Bay in the 6th inning. Ground ball to third. And the Yankees turn the double play to get out of the jam. Middle of 6. Tampa Bay still leads at 3-2. 9th inning now. Runner on first. 5-2 game. Ground ball up to second. Onto the shortstop to first base for the double play. The Rays go on to win this game by a score of 5-2. Chris Archer with the win. Michael Pineda with the loss. Brett Gardner goes 1 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. Kendrys Morales 4 for 4 for Tampa Bay with 1 home run and 2 RBIs for the Rays. Brian Dozier, we check in on his injury status from that last game. Dozier is going to miss 1 to 6 days with a little elbow inflammation on that throw, so he will get a rest for a few days for the Twins. They will be without his power in that lineup, losing their cleanup hitter. On the mound for the final game of the 3-game series, Irvin Santana facing Edinson Volquez. Bottom of the 2nd inning now. Volquez leaves one up. The Miguel Sano does not miss. And Sano gets this one right down the line off the foul pole. Solo home run for Miguel. It's number 24 for him. So the Twins trying to make up for some of the power lost by having Dozier out of the lineup. Runner going. Ball hit right to the spot that the shortstop vacates. And that's going to leave runners at the corners as Byron Buxton rounds second and gets into third. Byung-Ho Park now drives it deep to left center field. And that ball, center field. The ball is caught by Lorenzo Cain. The Twins lead it 2-0 on the strength of Miguel Sano's home run. Drive into left field. This one's going to be off the facade. A home run for Kansas City. And that one is for Drew Butera, of all people. 4th home run on the season for Drew Butera, the former Minnesota Twin, who really has very little power to speak of. Butera cuts the lead in half as the Twins, in the middle of the 6th, have a 2-1 advantage. Eddie Rosario now able to turn a fastball around, and this one just barely gets over the overhang for a home run for Rosario. That's number 10 for Eddie. A solo shot makes it 3-1 Minnesota after 6. Top of the 9th now. A runner on first with 2 outs. Lorenzo Cain standing over at first. 1-2 with 2 outs. Pitch from Jeurys Familia. Gets him swinging. The Twins go on. for a 3-1 victory, improving to 58-60. The Royals fall to 56-62. Irvin Santana earns the win for the Twins. Edinson Volquez with the loss. Drew Butera hits his 4th home run of the year. Eddie Rosario hits his 10th for the Twins. A look at the American League Central standings. The Twins climbed to 7.5 behind the Tigers after a short 2-game winning streak at 58-60. 9.5 back are